Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We got about 5 topics here, very revealing topics, and there is some more information on the shooter of Donald Trump, the one who tried to assassinate Donald Trump. Very interesting spin on things. As of yesterday, we knew that he was an registered Republican and he used an AR-15 to shoot at Trump. That is, well, and he's a white man. Well, we got a little bit more information, as I said in my initial video when I covered the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Wait about 1 day and a half. 1 day and a half, yeah, we have to denounce. And after 1 day and a half, I said about 2 weeks, between 1 day and a half and 2 weeks, there's going to be a period of time which the media will paint a narrative, and after two weeks you're going to find out more about this guy. Now that's one topic, and I'm going to have some statements coming from the eyewitnesses in that incident, where they claim that they pointed out to the Secret Service, to the police, that there's a guy crawling on the roof, and it took about 2 minutes for these guys to even react, and they were waiting for the guy to actually do something before they did something. Interesting piece of information. I'm not saying that it's anything like a JFK situation. You know what I mean, JFK, not Oswald and no, Ruby and others, Rubinstein. So that's one topic. I have a few articles. Then we're going to find out from that, from the statements made by the eyewitnesses who reported to BBC and so on, and there's a camera footage. I'm not going to play that one. We also find out what kind of donations this guy, this criminal, made and to whom. That's very important, and that we're going to have a little ramification into our friends, the perpetual victims, if you know what I mean. And then we have some faces, some names, and then we have blaming the victim. Obviously, they started to twist it, to turn it, the media, which is actually, they say that actually this kind of situation was generated by the rhetoric and comes back or comes home to roost. This is Agence France Presse. If that would be done to someone else, we would be blaming the victim and all this and all that. But in this case, it's going to be open season right there. Nevertheless, I'm going to get them one by one. But plus, I have 2 more pieces of news here. One, Facebook smells blood, therefore becomes, it thinks it is the gatekeeper of truth, therefore reinstates Trump on Facebook. And the defenders of democracy, which is the Biden administration, doesn't like that one bit. So stay tuned. Let's go and start with the first article, and here it is. Ram pam pam. So from Huffington Post, but it's BBC interview. So BBC interviews a man who says he warned police about Trump rally shooter. Oy vey, they should have been covered. No. So let's see what this guy says. And interestingly enough, this is the guy right here. This is what he said. A witness just outside of Donald Trump's Pennsylvania rally on Saturday claimed that he warned police that the person who shot at Trump was on top of a nearby building. Well, the police will just act immediately, right? Yeah, okay. In an interview with the BBC after the incident, the witness, Greg Smith, said he saw the shooter bear crawling up the roof of the building besides us, and quote, with a rifle. And I'm quoting, I saw on TikTok certain this kind of, hey, he's right there, blah, 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 blah. And I'm quoting, we are pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police did not know what was going on. Well, but hey, continue to watch those Hollywood movies where the police officers, the FBI and the Secret Services are portrayed as handsome man with chest, hairy or not hairy, strong, the best, like Superman. Meet them in person if you could. So I hope you don't, but if you meet some of them. Anyway, move on. And I'm quoting, "I'm thinking of myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off stage?" End quote. He continued, and I'm quoting again, "I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 to 3 minutes. Next thing you know, 5 shots ring out." Now, he claims that 2 to 3 minutes he was pointing out at that guy, and the police did not do something to stop him. Now we know that the time expands and contracts depending on the situation. If you have pleasure, that contracts. If you have pain, that expands. So sometimes during the stress, our time, you think, oh my God, it was like 5 minutes, and actually it was like 20 seconds, and vice versa. That's a reality in investigations. When you interview and then you find the evidence, you find out that certain statements from people who eyewitnesses the incident, they say, oh my God, it was like, an eternity. The eternity was like 5 seconds. But for them, under stress, time, deleted, increased. That's the way it is. The theory of relativity of Mr. Einstein, correct? Limited. So let's go to whatever this guy says again, or what he says. But 2 to 3 minutes. Anyway, Smith also wondered why the Secret Service wasn't on all the roofs surrounding the rally, which took place in Butler, telling the BBC, and I'm quoting, "This is not a big place. It's a security failure, 100% security failure." Now, what I saw in videos, in pictures, this barn is about 100, they claim, and right now, it's about 130 yards away from the target, which was Trump. That is about 500 feet, 400, 500 feet. That's about 100 meters, 110 meters. You can't really miss if you have time to and you are experienced. But nevertheless, luckily, he missed. And you don't place anybody over there? Very strange. I mean, the guy was crawling, I call, this guy should see him, the snipers, these guys communicate, nothing. And the guy shoots. According to this guy's 2 to 3 minutes, he had the time to act. Next one. CNN, very hectic, very fast, end quote. Trump rally attendees who filmed shooter described chaotic scene as assassination attempt unfolded. And we have here somewhere, if I know I missed that, I put it somewhere, right here. That's roughly 150 meters from the former president's position at the podium at an outdoor rally. I saw that even closer, they claimed in another article that I read. So it says, right here, let's start with this. "And then when he said that, I moved out a couple of feet and I was able to see him perfectly," he continued. Then he began to record. "My wife ran up to law enforcement, was trying to tell them, where he was, but they couldn't seem to see him because they weren't in the right spot to see him on the roof. They were too close to the building, so it just got very hectic and very fast." So they tried CNN to make it that it was like this, and it was chaotic. But if someone tells you, if you are on the job, your job is to look exactly and only for these kind of situations. If someone gives you bang, that's right there. Don't forget about your girlfriend, your jerk off or whatever. You do that. Oh, where is he at? That should have been pum pum pim pum 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 pock before. I read another article and where they said that actually the guy was figured out his position, but then he was shot at only when these guys fired or something, a few shots, and then he was taken care of. Again, it was a video I watched with a former I don't know, it was not a security service, I think it was a security service. He said that you do it. It was about using lethal power to do this to these guys, and he said anyway, I'm not saying anything, I'm just reporting here. All right, next one. What we know about Trump rally gunmen so far. So you know everything about that, but look here. A 20-year-old living in a crucial swing state, Crooks, has already shown potential sign of interest in politics, making a small political donation as a teenager and registering to vote just a week after he turned 18. So he did that, and we're going to find out where he made the little donation. Correct? Correct. And I have to look for that. I had it right, where is not? Right here. So Federal Election Commission records show that a donor listed as Thomas Crooks with the gunman's street address gave $15 to Progressive Turnout Project, a Democratic-aligned political action committee, on Inauguration Day in January 2021 when Crooks was 17. Right, so that we know that one. And we're going to go this one right here. BBC News. This is even more revealing, and I will show you what we know about Crooks. And we have here somewhere, again, they tell us that person addressing 20 Jubugaba, and we find out somewhere, I think if it still has it, not motivation, shooting, not that. Oh, here they show us a little where the stage was, where the gunman right here. Can you see it? Let's see if you're on it. Yeah. All right, so this is where the gunman was, and this is where he shot him from the right side, as I said. Law enforcement snipers right here. And this was nobody here. Can you believe this? Nobody here. And here's right here, nobody here. It's unbelievable. This is a, however you want to call it, my friends. This is what one person here, two people here, so you don't let them alone, correct? All right, so where is that little thing? All right, let me just find. It's another. He gave some money. Let's see where they find it. I have to go down and pop. If I don't find it, I mean, it's right here, but it's just I have to open my goddamn eyes. Maybe it is, and I just went over it right here. He is also reported to have donated $15 to liberal campaign group Act Blue. Act Blue is not act like the police. No, the blue, go blue, support the blue. No. In 2021, Act Blue, the other one was what? The other one was Turnout Project. Probably the same thing. So let's see Act Blue. Act Blue, here we have some people, some names. Benjamin Ran, that's the guy right here. Right? And we got another one here, Jonathan Zucker. I would like you to pay attention to these guys. Regarding this one, I found, for me, it's clear. I don't know about you. If you're familiar with the matter, as they like to say, you know Mr. Ran. All right, and then we got how much money? I'm not done with this. Ran right here, Benjamin Ran. And another thing that is a giveaway, he attended Harvard University. For people familiar with the issue, they know exactly what I'm talking about when you say about. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I like to see who's who and what's what. And then you got the other guy. Where is he? This guy, Jonathan Zucker. For me, things are, again, pretty clear. All right, pretty clear. But because I'm a bad guy, that's why things are pretty clear. Doesn't mean anything, specific. Just pay attention. And this is how much Act Blue they rose or raised. Raised, I think you say it in English. English. Raise, not rose. How much money they are making. And it seems like this guy doesn't want to cooperate the way I want. Nevertheless, it's 13 billion. So that's almost $14 billion. I can show it like this. No, I'm going to try it differently. I'm going to work on that. Right there. This is how much money they got so far. No, it's not actually, it is. Because I'm assuming this is hundreds right here. Yeah, it is. So it's 13 billion, $14 billion. Not bad. And then we have this one. Blaming the victim. Agence France Presse, bullet and the ballot box. Violent US rhetoric comes home to roost. Well, I'd rather have guns than not like you, French people. Instead of having, people, I'd rather have guns to be able to protect myself from, maybe the government, maybe bad people who would like to harm me and my family. But it's okay. You just call the police when they come with guns, bad dudes, all right, to get you. All right. So this is again, it's blaming the victim. And here we have Facebook lifts restriction on Trump, giving him finally equal footing with Biden on the social media site. Garbage, my friends. That should have never happened because of the January 6th attack. So Facebook has lifted the restrictions imposed on Donald Trump after the January 6th attack on the Capitol, placing the former president on an equal footing. Yeah, okay, yeah, like those guys don't know how the algorithm works. I know how it works. On the platform with President Joe Biden just days before the Republican National Convention. The social media giant had initially banned the former president, freedom of speech, remember, from using his platform in 2021 after his supporters, some, and some were something else, all right, but this is how you make news, stormed the Capitol. Some of them, if you remember, if you see the videos, stormed that they were just, they were shaking hands with law enforcement. They stormed. Again, this is mass media. Who the hell wrote this garbage? What's your name, baby doll? Oh, you don't have a name, Associated Press? Of course you don't, motherfucker. All right, so it says Meta, Facebook's parent company, lifted the ban last year, but announced Trump would be subject to guardrails, like a toddler, so he doesn't fall around, such as heightened suspension penalties if post violated its standards. Double standard. That's America, my friends. And here it is. Biden administration is upset with that. And don't get this guy as being a hero. He's not a hero. He's a Zelensky Stein, and he's not a hero. And he is in cahoots, let's use that little term, with some people that he succeeded with the Facebook. Do you think that Facebook, he was the only guy with Facebook? He was the genius with the Facebook? Do you think that he was the business guy who got the smartest, the fastest among all of them? Or he worked with people? My friends, don't be naive. So anyway, it says here that Biden campaign calls Meta reinstatement of Trump accounts a direct attack on our safety and our democracy. Your democracy, your kind of democracy. No, baby doll, this is the way it is. I want to hear anyone, good or bad, what I have to say. And I want to make my own assessment and make my decisions based on how I think. Am I a retard? I make my, my conclusions, I draw my conclusions like a retard. I'm a half retard as a half retard, and so on, all right? But I don't need mommy and daddy, that is another adult, to tell me what I can hear and what I cannot take. No, thank you very much. No. How about we do that for a change? I'm not afraid of the truth, but some people try to protect me from the truth, or even from misinformation or disinformation. Why? That's dangerous, because who controls them? Are they the angels? I mean, look at the police, look at the FBI, look at all these security forces, look at law enforcement. Is it supposed to defend and protect and serve us? Correct. But there are some people in there that are just hanky-panky. Corruption. And regarding the free speech, back the fuck off. And my self-protection, again, back the fuck off. Here it is, my friends. American style democracy and freedom of speech. And this guy, Meta and Facebook, did not wash their garbage. They are part of the system. They are part of the so-called gatekeepers of the truth. And we are the toddlers where mommy and daddy decide what we can hear and what we cannot hear and see, because they protect us. That's exactly what the communists did in the communist time when I was in Romania. For our safety, they were protecting us to see what's outside of Romania, to travel to the Western countries so we don't see how bad the people are treated. But hey, the government, the communist government, was telling us how things are over there, and we should believe them because we are tards. Oh, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.